Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Eric Newton, the head football coach at Canton. How are you?
Not too bad. Casey, how are we doing today?
Doing good. So, what has the summer been like for you guys, and what has this week been like for Canton football?
The summer was less chaotic than last year. We had access to our gym this year, so able to hold the workouts on our own site and facilities, which was good. Getting those players in the building, especially those young guys, a little acquaintance with what they're going to see when they come in the fall. So that was good. And then we had our camp last week, right before we shut things down this week. Give the kids the week off and coaches the week off to kind of recharge before we come back on the 11th.
Absolutely. So, what's the outlook for Canton this year for in terms of football?
We lost 24 seniors, I think, last year. So we lost some guys in some very important roles. So we'll be young. But again, we had that scenario last year where we didn't have a JV team. So a lot of those sophomores were on the varsity. So they know what the expectations are. Some of those guys got some quality reps as sophomores, which will help those guys as juniors. And then our juniors from last year, obviously, returning as seniors, had a ton of playing experience. So, grade-wise, we'll be young, but we've got some seniors in some key positions for us, which we think will be beneficial.
All right. Time to talk about some of the returners and some of the players to watch for this team. And so we'll start with the offense, then go to defense.
Offensively, returning up front, Colin Wetmore is in center and guard for us. So he has been on the varsity for 3 years. Starter, will be a second year starting. So a lot of experience with him. And then up front, and we have Amani Richards, who's going to be a junior. He came on as a sophomore last year, and I think started the last 4 or 5 games for us. So we have those two returning. And then Zion Malone, who will be a first-year football player for us, is going to get some looks on the offensive side as well as the defensive side. And then skill position-wise, Nick Dimitrov and Elliot Patton in the backfield. They both had a ton of reps throughout the season last year in late game situations. Because we did have Ellis Gadani last year who got a bulk of those reps. So looking for those guys to step in. And then a QB battle right now with Dylan Parrish and AJ Anderson. So Dylan's a sophomore, AJ is a junior.
All right. Defensively, where are we at?
Defensively, that's where we lost a bulk of our talent on that side of the ball. So we got a lot of first-year guys getting looks at starting roles. So the summer's been very interesting with that. But again, we can go with Zion Malone on the D-line and Colin Wetmore playing some D-line as well. Linebackers will be young in that position. But Gus Goingen, who played our outside linebacker last year, will be starting again there this year. And then again, Nick Dimitrov and Elliot Patton helping out in the secondary, and Jamari Story.
So absolutely. All right. So we talked about the kids. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule. So of course, start things off on the 28th, home against Livonia Churchill, and then September 5th, home week 2 against Brighton. September 12th at Salem. September 19th, home against Novi. September 26th at Howell. October 3rd at Northville. October 10th, home against Plymouth. October 17th at Heartland. And finishing out the regular season, October 24th. And that will be the KLAA crossover game, and the East teams will be hosting this year. So a pretty good schedule as always. Now that you're in year 2, being the head coach of Canton, what's it going to be like this year? Now knowing what the West is going to be like this year.
I'm expecting us to be competitive. I think our schedule lays out pretty nice. I think we have 4 home games. Even our game with Salem, right? That's really a field we're very familiar with, so traveling very far. We don't we go to, I think Howell's our first real road game, so that'll be nice to keep those guys intact. Uh, Playing in the park that many games early on. And again, I think just looking at everyone's rosters from last year, a lot of talent was graduated. So I think there's a chance, some teams may struggle early on. Those guys trying to find their role in the varsity level of football. So I'm pretty excited for our chance. I'm trying to, keep rebuilding this program to where they were at a couple years ago. So
For sure. So, I know that the kids have the week off this week. So what are the next, 2 weeks when we get to camp? How is that going to be and all that?
I mean, again, no different than any other program for a majority of the state. I mean, we'll have our two-a-days for that first week. And then, that following week, we get ready for that scrimmage. And then try to get through that. I mean, my goal for that scrimmage is for us to come out healthy, get some good film on some players, and then get ready for Churchill for week one. I mean, there's not a lot of time from August 11th to the 28th as far as getting these kids prepared. So again, those 7-on-7, those summer workouts that we had is where we did most of our work. So hopefully this first week of doubles is a little bit of a refresher with a little few things thrown in there to keep them on their toes.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Eric, thank you so much for the time as always, and we will talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Casey. Appreciate it.